What's up, how you doing? Here we are, beautiful night tonight, and tonight is taco night. So I have here flour tortillas. I'm using this brand, Authentic, and I'm going to reverse the order. Usually I do the beef first and cut everything up into little pieces, like the onions, the peppers, lettuce. The cheese is already in thin pieces, and then finally at the end I make the tortillas in the pan here. But today I'm going to do the opposite. Butter up the pan, and that'll do 10 of these, and then I'll do the meat. And the meat is really good. I got Wagyu ground beef, Wagyu. It's all in here. And we're going to use a little bit of the Italian butter, product of Italy. I used it in a previous video, really good results. I'm a big fan of this. I highly recommend it. If you see this in the supermarket, pick it up. Like I said, it's made in Italy. Origin, Italy. So we turn on the fire. Not too much, you don't want to burn it, but you know, enough. You don't want to stay here all night either. And this is perfect. It's like a handle. Still needs a little bit of heat. Give it a minute. Oh. Let's see what's going on. Oh yeah, it's getting there. Very buttery smelly, or smelling. Yep, it's bubbling up, so that means it's time to put tortilla number one. Give it a little spin. I love Mexican food. Love Mexican food. You know, I like all kind of food from different cultures, but Mexican, Greek, Indian, Pakistani food, similar. Japanese food, German food, you know, the schnitzel, that sticks to your ribs kind of food. I'm a big fan of that stuff. But yeah, Mexican food, very, very tasty to me. I think majority of the people that have Mexican food appreciate it. Especially when you have some nice jalapeno peppers in there. You know, street corn. I'm gonna get something. I'll be right back. I gotta get a spatula. I mean a spatula. Spatula. Yeah, I think it's pretty ready there. That is not that's not LAPD, but you know, similar. cast iron. It disperses heat evenly, so you get a nice cook, and it retains the heat. So we did that. So yesterday I was looking at robots, AI robots, you know, real stuff, not stuff on Star Wars or anything like that, which I cannot stand, but stuff that they're building in a company called Boston Dynamics, and it's crazy how advanced these things are. I mean, they're like acrobats. They jump around, they climb stairs, they jump over things, they have superhuman abilities, like the $6 Million Man on steroids. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, these things are this way now. Can you imagine 20 years from now? 10 years from now? Can you imagine 100 years from now what these things are going to be? These things are going to be wild. But if you go, if you go on YouTube, and you type in Boston Dynamics robots, you'll be blown away. I mean, these things are so advanced. And physically they're advanced, but I mean, mentally, they can do who knows how many millions of combinations at one time, in 1 second, for mathematics, arithmetic. You know, humans are lucky to do one. And we're not getting, you know, any better. It's not like, you know, 20 years ago we were so slow, but now we're quick with the math. So 20 years from now, these things are going to be ridiculous. I mean, they're going to be crazy, out of control. Maybe not out of control, but they'll be dominating us. You'll have to have your own robot to fight off your neighbor's robot. But yeah, check out Boston Dynamics. Very advanced. Some of them even box. I was watching a robot boxing with some other guy. You know, and 10 years ago, at least to me, it did not look like these robots would be doing anything like this today. But you know, I can see in 20 years these things are going to be like much better than any human being. You can't compete. They'll dominate you intellectually. I mean, you can literally store the Library of Congress, you know, in a hard drive in one of these robots. You can put every language known, and these things will know the language. Put a disc inside, a scan disc. And then physically, I mean, you got to see, they have a robot that was, I don't know what company makes this one, but it's like a Spider-Man robot. Nobody can do that. No human can do the things this thing does. And that's now. Imagine 20 years from today, how advanced. And you want to keep going. I mean, 500 years from today. You will not be able to compete with these things. And when they have dexterity, I mean, they're pretty good now, but down the line, they're going to be super, you know, human, if you want to even use the word human. It's like those science fiction movies that you thought were just science fiction. Those are coming to reality. They're going to be here. I mean, I remember Terminator, and okay, maybe the time travel is not something of this world, but this is a good book. I highly recommend it. Good book, great scientist, Ronald L. Mallett, Dr. Ronald L. Mallett. Highly recommend this book, Time Traveler. Great stuff in here. So anyway, as I was saying, you know, it's like Terminator, like really strong. I mean, I don't know. They look very agile to me. Should go to Boston Dynamics. You'll see what I'm talking about. And eventually, I think way before they cracked the DNA code of how to regrow limbs for human beings, but people that are paralyzed, people that are missing limbs right now, will benefit from AI robotics. You know, they're already, you know, pretty advanced, but imagine hooking up an arm like that has dexterity, fingers that, you know, act like human fingers, feet, legs, anything like that missing, they'll be able to replace very shortly. I see that happening. I mean, I see the way these things function now, and I know we're close to that day where missing limbs will be replaced by artificial bionics. And I am a fan of the $6 Million Man, so. And the eyes, you know, I mean, if Stevie Wonder was a little bit younger, I don't know for him, and maybe for him, but if he was slightly younger, even more of a guarantee that he would be able to see again. Artificial eyes. Get both sides there. Yeah, things are happening rapidly now. You know, when I was a kid, they would talk about computers, and you were thinking, okay, that's not happening anytime soon. But here we are. Here we are. A lot of amazing things are happening now, and the speed to which a computer can analyze things, especially when it comes to mathematics, but you name it now, you name it, they cover everything. You could be thinking something about history and it'll find it for you. Physics. What they should do, what will benefit humanity, is if they can come up with AI that can do research for diseases that are afflicting humanity, you know. And imagine a super fast AI that can find cures for things that take humanity forever. I mean, we're still trying to find cures for cancer, still working on heart disease, things like that. It's amazing and a little bit frightening at the same time, you know, because it almost displaces humanity. Not almost. And you wonder if that's the natural thing that happens in the universe, where you have organic life, and then organic life develops to a certain point, discovers that it can create artificial life, creates artificial life at the most basic level, and then say 100 years go by and that artificial life becomes superior to the organic life that created it, because that's what's happening here. And people will say, well, it's not, you know, as creative, it's not as, yeah, not yet, but it's not like we're up against the clock and like time's running out. They're still researching, they're still developing these things. Every day that goes by, they're making these things better. There's somebody in a lab right now working on making AI even better. And like I said, right now we're in the primitive stages of AI. This is the beginning. This is not like we've been working on this for a couple thousand years. This is like stage one. Crazy. You wonder what humanity is going to be like 100 years from now. You know, it's going to be unrecognizable to us. It's starting to get a little dark out. I think I lost count. Six. Yeah, when I was in high school, they brought in computers, and nobody really took them seriously. People thought, you know, we'll make a stick man, we'll do accounting maybe on these things, maybe figure out a couple of mathematical equations. You know, maybe you write a story, you'll be able to save it. But who thought back then that these things will be the actual creators of the material that's being stored on their hard drives? And, you know, the final step will be self-awareness, you know, like we have. Self-awareness, that'll be the final step. When robots start realizing that they exist, then it's going to get complicated here. Nice night. Bunch of birds going by, bunch of crows. More crows. 22 crows. And then you'll get some evil person who opens up a company creating bad robots. You know, you program them to do destructive things. There's a lot of crows coming. So one day I was driving in that direction, and it was a day where the crows were coming, like hundreds and hundreds of crows. They fly over, in the evening hours, and I happened to be on that side driving, and I saw these crows on people's lawns looking for, I don't know, they're probably looking for insects, worms, things like that. Population control. So, no hydrogenated oils when making this product, and no bleached flour. This is 1 pound of soft tacos, 10 of them it says. So I guess I do the whole thing, no need to count. We'll be like the Jetsons. Rosie, was it Rosie? There was a robot on there. I know Rosie was a telephone operator on Hong Kong Phooey, but was it Rosie on the Jetsons? She didn't walk though. She had like wheels. I don't know why they didn't make her walk. We're almost done. Them Dukes. Used to watch that show. I thought, I've said this a lot of times, but I thought that when I got a little bit older and I had my own motor car, that I would be jumping it in my neighborhood. I didn't think it was dangerous. I thought it was, something like I used to jump my bike, so I thought the next thing to do was jump the car. And then I'm in high school, and I'm with my friend. I had a friend named Vinny, not Barbarino, but another Vinny. And he had a little station wagon, a Fiat. Might have been a Peugeot, but I think it was a Fiat. Stick shift. I love manual transmission. I love that. You feel like you're actually driving the car. Very hard to find those these days. But I wouldn't mind having a Jeep that's 5-speed manual. Anyway, I'll tell you in a second, and just add a little bit of So, my friend Vinny and I were driving in an area, and in the back there was dirt mounds. So they were like ramps, big wide dirt mound ramps. And my friend Vinny, he says to me, we should jump these things, pick up some speed and go over them and see what happens. And I said, yeah, we should. I'm thinking, Dukes of Hazzard, the Duke boy used to do it, why can't we? So we go way, way back and we pick up speed and we hit the dirt mound and we became airborne. Now, when I say airborne, I don't mean we jumped across a river. We probably were maybe, I don't know, that much off the ground, right? All 4 tires, that much. And for, I don't know, maybe a quarter second, we're up in the air. But then when we hit the ground, man, it was hard. We hit the ground, it felt like somebody threw us. So I said to myself, you know, if it feels that violent landing from, I don't know, 8 inches off the ground, then what's it going to feel like when you jump, you know, like 50, 100 feet across, and you're maybe 30, 40 feet in the air? It's not going to feel good. So I realized that was not a good idea to jump. I mean, we jumped that car, but we didn't jump that high. So, you know, we never did a jump like the Duke boys. But I have jumped the black, it's over there, you can't see it, it's off camera, but the black Suburban. So there's a place in the desert that the road is, you know, very, like, I don't know, it's got these little tiny incline, decline things in the road, but they're spread out. So you could pick up speed and you go up and you could actually become airborne. So one time, a couple of times, a few years ago, I'm on this road. It's made out of dirt, and I went over it at probably, I don't know, 25, 30 miles an hour, but I felt the car kind of, you know, do a little bit of a lift sensation. And I said, wow, I'm gonna go faster. And I tried it again, and this time I went over it, and I actually lifted off the ground, all 4 tires. So, and the landing was a lot smoother, but it was still, you know, it was still violent. I felt like I needed a helmet. I had the seatbelt on. I always have a seatbelt on. But, you know, I felt like I needed a helmet. I landed. It was like the car got thrown again. But not as bad as the other time. Even though this time was a little bit higher off the ground, but the road had, you know, the curvature to it. And I landed, you know, I landed with the road's curvature, so it wasn't that bad. But it was fun. Big fan of, you know, doing all that kind of stuff. I think this one needs a little bit more. Crows, they recognize me. You know, crows have a good memory. Hence why they keep flying over this area. They don't, I mean, they do fly down there, but they, when I'm out here, they come by. They give me a kind of like a wave with the wing. So one time on the internet, I found my friend Vinny, and I said to him, remember that time we went behind that area there and we jumped your little station wagon? And he responded, he said, you know what, I had forgotten all about that until you just mentioned it. And he goes, now that you mentioned it, I remember the whole incident. It was funny. All right. Oh yeah, nice. Now we're gonna. I'll cook the meat now. I was gonna do the cutting of the onions, but might as well do the meat. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And now we cook the meat. This is Wagyu. It's very fresh. And This is extremely fresh. They made it this morning. So now we brown it up. And we're going to use McCormick's mild taco, like spices and stuff. Now, I usually put a little bit of heat in here, more than usual. Usually I do that. But today others will be eating, and I don't want to make it too hot for them, you know. Good aroma. So my steaks, I will do medium rare. I could even do them rare, my steaks. But ground beef I cook straight through. I don't mess around, because ground beef, if you get a little bit of bacteria, you know, it'll get inside, and if you don't cook it well, you can get, you know, sick. Unless you eat fruits and vegetables that are not washed well and they contain pesticides, then those pesticides will kill the bugs, so you don't have to worry about it. And I have to say that I'm only kidding when I say that, because, you know, somebody will try it and then, you know, they'll get sick and complain. Very good. But yeah, hamburger meat, I cook it. I cook it so it browns up, and I don't want any bacteria to survive. But steak, you know, it doesn't go into the muscle, and it's only on the surface, the bacteria. So as long as you cook the outside really well, there's a very, very low chance of getting sick from eating steak like that. It could happen, but the odds are low. It'd be fun to be a bird for a couple of weeks, flying around. You're a bird, you'll have a bird's eye view. Go where you want to go. If I were a bird, I would, I mean, it depends. If it was too far, I would probably go down to San Pedro and get on a ship. Mama's boy, going home and get a kiss on the cheek. But anyway, I would get on a ship. I'd hide somewhere on a ship, like a nice oil tanker, and then when the oil tanker would get close to an uninhabited island, I would fly off the ship and go to that island and hang out for a couple of weeks, eat coconuts, shrimp, you know, maybe some sardines. You know, or I'd fly there, but, you know, who knows how far. You know, you're a bird, you don't have you know, GPS on you. It'd be too heavy. Oh yeah, this is good stuff. Good stuff. Good. I mean, you smell the good quality. This is not horse meat. This is Wagyu from a bull. Almost all brown. A little bit longer, it's getting there. So now we're going to put the entire package. Good stuff. Mix it in nice and well. You know, I got my kids bias and meat for tomorrow morning. Make some breakfast out of that. I'm up at around 6:30. Cook some breakfast. You know, lunch for later. Ooh, a cat just went right by me, a little one. They're getting really used to me. These are new to the neighborhood. And when they first started showing up, now there's 3 of them. You know, they're medium now. They used to be a little bit smaller, but they're medium size. And the second they would see me, they would run and hide. But now, after, you know, after a few months of, you know, hanging around here, they come close to me. You know, they're still cautious, but yeah, I put them a little bit of food. They can probably smell this now. Wow, I'm telling you, when I tell you this stuff smells awesome, I am not exaggerating. I am telling you exactly how it smells, and that's awesome. Yeah, too good, very good. And this should be really good because it's Wagyu. I want to make sure it's mixed well. Wow, delicious. See? Yeah, they can smell this, so. Can probably make a good sub with this. Get a nice nice piece of bread, long submarine style, cut it, open it in half, put this in there. It gets messy though, falls out the sides, so that's why this stuff, you need to seal it up. Maybe get a, you know, bread with a pocket. My daughter wants to know what I'm cooking. I'm going to send her a photo. I mean, she's only, but no, now that cats are down there. I think she's doing homework. So next I'm going to cut up the onions, peppers, cilantro, which anybody who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of cilantro. Love cilantro. All right. So cars going by. So anyway, we're going to cut the onions up. Put them in the bowl. I think that's plenty of onion. If it's a whole onion, you say have an onion, but if you cut it like this, you say onions. Somehow they multiply. Okay, that's one. Now we cut the lettuce. Throw the ends out. All right, now we cut these into ribbons. Spin it this way. All right. So, lettuce. Do the cilantro next. Throw it out after. All right, now I love cilantro, so chop up the whole thing. Very refreshing. You know, there's two groups of people, those that love cilantro and those that don't. It's something to do with your genetics. I love cilantro. To me, the tacos are not that good unless you have cilantro in there. Get that. Wow. Rich. All right, so that goes there. Now, do one of those. Now we get the tomatoes in here. Tomatoes. Okay, these we cut, you know, we want to do them small. I need a dish, one more. I'll be right back. Okay, I needed a bowl. This is a bowl, not a dish. I don't know. Maybe it is a dish. I don't know. I think it's a bowl. So we put these in here. Cut the other half. Gets darker, you cut a finger off and you think it's part of the tomato. Alright, we're done here. Tomatoes, cilantro, onions, lettuce. Kind of dark, but that's what they are. Peppers are inside. Have some sour cream. We're done. I'm gonna go in and eat with my family, watch a little bit of television. Hopefully something good is on, like Bonanza. And then we wrap up the day with a nice, wrapper. And we put it into the history books, because today is pretty much over. Tomorrow will be another day, and we continue on. We continue on. All right, that's it for now. Ciao.